everybody, it's Diane. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about creating some lettering in the ArtStudio program. This is the art program that I really like. I've been using for a couple of years now. That one right there, ArtStudio. Oh, that's the piece I just created for my Twitter header for Valentine's Day. Uh, yeah, one day we'll talk about that, how to recolor monsters. But right now we're going to go into File, New, and I'd like to work with transparent layers. I'm going to transparent and create. So that'll just give me another template, another page to work on that's the exact same size as the one I just left. If I go up here to image, canvas size, I don't need to have one this large. So let's actually, proportions, yeah, I guess proportions are okay. Canvas size, proportions, let's just reduce it to 1500. That's a pretty large logo, 1500 by 500. Okay, so there it is. So that's a nice size page to work on. I am going to choose black, which is in the top part of my split square up here. If I double tap that, that'll make it white. Double tap it again, it takes it back to black. So any color I choose in the file down here will go into the top half. If I want to change the bottom half, I double tap and choose another color. Coloring, here's shading. If I wanted to fill this square with colors and shades of these two colors, that's how I do that. Black, flip that. If I want to do change the yellow and do black and red. So you can play with color and shades and shadows that way. But we're not doing that today. Let's get a new layer here. This layer we are going to delete. Okay, so we've got our blank layer. We are going to create some lettering. I have a friend that asked me, how do we create lettering that's similar to the My Singing Monsters style lettering? So we are going to actually do that. Let's go to File and Import. File, Import, Insert as a layer, Import from Photos. Lettering logos, yeah. So this is just some of the pieces I have in this folder. This is the lettering that XX Venom is speaking of. This is the My Singing Monsters lettering. We're going to try and create something similar to that. And I think we'll use XX Venom's name, and we're just going to create a logo. So I am going to, I chose text here. This is where I can choose pencil, paintbrush, airspray, splatter, erase, smear, fill, graduated fill, text. So I'm choosing text, and I'm going to double tap that so I have black is my active color right now, and I'm going to do text, and I'm going to just tap the picture, and here I'm going to type in XX Venom. X. So that's my friend who was asking about lettering. I thought it would be fun. And then here you choose a font, what style font you want to play with your lettering. I like the chalkboard bold because it's round, soft, curved letters. A little bit similar to My Singing Monsters lettering. Pretty close. Okay, so then I'm going to just drag that over here. I am going to make it fill my page here. I'll save a little bit of room for borders. Okay, that looks good. Done. Okay, so now I have two layers. I have the original blank layer. I have the My Singing Monsters layer, and then I have the XX Venom layer that we just created. What I want to do now is I'm going to take this XX Venom layer and just kind of manipulate the letters a little bit. I'm going to go up here to Filters and Distort and Elastify. Oh, active layer is text. I can't distort, I can't adjust a layer that is text. I have to go to Text to change the size or the color. So if I want to manipulate this at all, I have to go up here to Layer, Rasterize. Rasterize. So now this layer is no longer a text. Now it's just a picture of letters. So let's go here now. We can do that. Filters. Oops. Distort. Filters, Distort, Elastify. I'm going to actually just manipulate these letters a little bit, just to give it some character. Oh, I don't like what I did with the V. I'm going to reset. Try to avoid manipulating the V. This is just stretching it or pushing it into the shape that I want it to, and I think that looks pretty good. Apply. Okay, so there's my lettering that we're going to work with. We can print this out one letter at a time and place each of those letters where we want to place those letters if you want to do that. This is a quick, easy way to create a logo. So I like that. I think that looks fine. I may just tweak the N a little bit. So I'm going to use my eraser and take my eraser down pretty small. I'm going to just round off this a little bit. Oops. Undo. Just want that N to be a little bit more definitely defined as an N. We do the same to the M. Anyway, just tweaking. I'm always doing little tweaks. Okay, so I like that lettering. I am going to make copies of it. I'm going to see the blue square around where it says XX Venom. That's the active layer, and down here where there's a little plus mark with a picture and a picture, that's duplicating that active layer. I'm just going to make several copies of that. And then I'm going to tap the eye, the eyeball picture, to hide them. And we're going to work with the very top layer at this time. Okay, so if we truly wanted to do something in colors like My Singing Monsters, I can just tap and hold and select a color if I wanted to color this lettering. Okay, so I just tapped the screen to pick color out of the picture that's behind the lettering here. So if I see a color I like, then I'm going to actually make sure I've got Venom selected. Select alpha to selection. That selected those letters. So now I can spray paint, and the paint won't go anywhere but within that selection area. So I'm going to go to spray paint. I've here where it shows that color I just picked out of, and I can spray paint. I can make the brush wider. I can make it more opaque, less opaque. I can go in here and pick again a little bit darker orange. I probably want to make my brush a little bit smaller. And then I know at the bottom of the lettering it's darker orange, which we can do that one there. See how I did that? A little bit different shades and shadows of that lettering. Just soften it up a little bit. Okay, so there's XX Venom. I'm going to go to select and deselect. Okay, so now we've got those letters and colors. Now we can do a border around those letters, and I'm going to just pick the color, the green that's around my singing monsters. And we're going to actually hide that just for a minute here. And so here's XX Venom XX, and I can do a border around that. Here's the green that I picked out of the my singing monsters. And now I'm going to go to Filter, Stylize, Glow, and I'm going to choose 100% blur radius. Let's do blur radius at 5. Okay, you can't see too much yet. If I zoom in, you can see it. Filters, Stylize, Glow, Apply. Just did that twice. Now I'm going to go to Filter, Stylize, Glow, and I'm going to drop that blur radius down to 0. And now it's just going to darken that blurred area. Filter, Stylize, Glow, Apply. And I'm just going to do that. And it's only going to color until it fills in that blurred area. So if you don't want it this wide, don't make that radius as large with the first one that we did. Okay, so we're getting there. Okay, so when we look at the My Singing Monsters lettering here, the green area is quite a bit larger than what we've got right now. So we can go to Filter, Stylize, Glow, and do another area of blur. Apply, Filter, Stylize, Glow, Apply. Filter, Stylize, Glow, and let's bring that blurred area back down to 0. Just play with this. This is just, it's not rocket science. It's just whatever you are looking for as far as thickness for borders. Around that lettering. I'm going to do it again, 5. Bring it back down to 0. We can always start over, and because we saved those other copies of the original lettering, we can mess with them in a different way if we want. I'm just kind of going to fill in that M, I think. Okay, and if it's not filled in where I want it to, I can take my pencil and just color that in. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So let's get the color that's on the outside of my singing monsters. Okay, so let's do that border. And let's hide the my singing monsters. Okay, filter, stylize, glow. I'm going to do 9. Filter, stylize, glow. And down to 0. So of course this can be done in any color you want. You can go into your palette and create a color. It's on 0. I'm just brightening it up, and I think that looks really, really good. So that's kind of just the basic foundation for the lettering. If I take one of these that I have copies, okay, so here's this copy. I am going to just select it. I am going to go to Layer. Oh, Select. We're going to go to Select. Alpha to Selection. Okay, so now it's selecting the black lettering, the original black lettering that we did. And now I'm going to go to the colored one that we just did. I'm going to actually copy that. And I'm going to hide one of the copies. So, okay, so here's my lettering that I just did. And I've selected the black lettering here. And I'm going to confuse you. Select, deselect. Okay, so the blue line around these boxes are your active layer. So here's my active layer now is the black lettering, even though I don't see it here. That is the layer I'm working with. So I've chosen those black letters, the original lettering, and now I'm going to go to breeding is complete. Okay, I'm going to go to Select, Alpha to Selection. Now I'm going to go back up to my copy, my colored lettering. I'm going to choose that one, and I'm going to go to Edit and Clear Selection. So it's going to clear anything where that original black lettering is. Okay, and let's go to Select, Deselect. Okay, so you can see that it's got a little bit of a shadow of the gold that was in that first colored lettering, but that's okay. I can, let's do undo, 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 undo. Let's do this. My black lettering, I'm going to do black, filter, stylize, glow, apply, filter, stylize, glow. And that's at 0 blur radius. It's just cleaning up the edge. Now let's try it. Okay, let's try that again. So I've got the black lettering selected, select, alpha to selection, go back and select the colored lettering, select, oh no, edit, clear selection, select, deselect. There, that looks better. Okay, so now what I've got left is that. So that one, when I've selected this layer now, I've got that and no black, no yellow. I can manipulate. We're going to open that black back up again. I can manipulate the color. Here's my active layer. And I'm going to go to Adjust Hue. Here I can change the color of it. the saturation, how much of that color is in there, how light or dark is that color. I see something that I like, I'll just do apply. We can merge these layers together with the black layer. If I take this right now and send it to File, Export, PNG, Export to Photos, that keeps it as a sticker. Okay, so if I'll go to File, Import, Insert as a layer, Import from Photos, you can see my, it'll drop it right there. What I just exported was, anything that I see on the screen was exported without actually merging those two layers together. So there it is right there. Pretty darn cool. I can go back down here to our black lettering again. Select Alpha to Selection. I'm going to spray paint and I'm going to add a blank layer. And I'm going to put that blank layer on top here, on top of the black, on top of this. And now I can airbrush or whatever I want. We can do the splatter. And, let's see, what color should we do here? Blue. And this is how big the little splatters are. If I touch and hold that splatter, it gives me other options for coloring. So I just choose one that I like. Let's try that one. And we could make it more opaque, less opaque. And anywhere I color with this, it's going to go only within the selection. It won't go outside that. If I happen to splatter outside, it won't go outside. Not the best choice of colors, but I'm just playing. And if I don't like that color, I can always change it. So let's go to Select, Deselect. Okay, so here's what I've got going on. I'm going to just close all these. Anything that's open, I'm going to close it. So I can show you. Okay, there's the splatter that I just did. There's the color I just did. And I put it on top of this one right here. The splatter is the active layer. I can go here and do Adjust, Hue, Saturation, and here I can change that coloring now. If I want to change it to something, I can delete it. I can That's pretty ugly. That's a really bad choice of colors, but you get the idea. Let's see here. I'm going to delete that splatter layer. This is the active layer. I'm going to delete it. Okay, so we're back to our first lettering. This was the one that we imported from photos. This is our other one that doesn't have any background behind it. I'm going to choose that one. Okay, so that one. I am going to File, Import, insert as a layer from photos. Oh gosh, this will be interesting. I have so much in here. Um, Valentine's Day, I've been working on stuff with hearts and monsters, of course. And I'm just looking for something I can use for a good background. Oh, here's a sunset picture my friend Dave Pooh shared with me. Okay, edit, transform layer, move and scale. I'm just going to get some of that sunset there. Okay, I'm going to put it behind here. Okay, so now I'm going to select this layer right here, which is the one that has the little cutout in it. No, I'm not. I'm going to select the black, our original black lettering here. And I am going to add a little bit of a border to that one. Filter, stylize, glow. Maybe one. You're not seeing anything because I'm working on that black layer that's behind all of this. I'm just giving it a little bit of an edge. Because now I'm going to use it as a cookie cutter and cut out some of that sunset. Okay, so let's select the sunset picture again. Edit, transform layer, move and scale. So where would we like that to be? Where do we want that to fall within the lettering? That looks really cool right there. Okay, so now I'm going to go select the lettering. I just put that little bit of a border on. And then I'm going to go up here to select, alpha to selection. Now I'm going to go to select and I'm going to do inverse. So now it's selecting everything except where the black lettering is. And now I'm going to go to edit, clear selection. Oopsies. Sorry, I got to go back and select the sunset picture. Okay, now I'm going to go to edit, clear selection, select, deselect. So now I've got here the sunset now became XX Venom. I can keep this border here and I can change the color, adjust. I can change it to black and white, undo, I can do adjust, brightness and contrast, exposure. I'm not doing anything with the sunset part of that picture. I'm just doing the border. Cancel, adjust hue. Kind of like that. Apply. I'm going to do a little bit of a black. Filter, stylize, glow. So now I've got this cutout. There, just that makes the XX Venom just pop a little bit more. I'll do that again. I like it. I like it a lot. That turned out really cool. So I'm going to go to File, export PNG, export to photos. And I'm done. I'm very satisfied with the way this turned out. So I will share that with XX XX. But if you have any questions, let me know. I can make another tutorial that explains some fuzzy areas of what I just kind of didn't quite explain clearly enough. But that's just kind of generally that's how I create the Mycene Monsters style lettering. But that's it for now. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. See ya.